What's up, Wednesday? Emily Gagnon back after a while with Lee Smith, one of my favorite humans. Hey, Miles. Got to give Miles a shout out for clapping for me. Thank you. The only man
Wait,
who
you're not
claps
clapping for me?
Nope, he's clapping.
Come on, Miles.
Oh, Miles is now clapping for Lee. But
Miles
the
is a Lee fan.
The original clap was for me. So thank you, Miles.
I don't care.
Appreciate
I'll take second claps. That's fine.
Second claps. Guys, before we start talking sports, I was in Croatia, a country I never thought I would visit. My sister turned 40 years old, so whatever she wanted to do, I had to follow. As the baby sister, Lee's shaking his head as these are the things that have to happen. And when I say I never thought I'd visit that country, it's not like I'm saying anything bad. I just never envisioned going there. And I had no expectations at all. And since Miami is my favorite city, Croatia is like Miami on crack.
Miami's the closest thing to Croatia.
Literally, it's like Miami on crack. It's just like all these islands with water everywhere, as beautiful as...
Can that please be their official slogan? It's Miami on crack.
In a good way.
Croatia.
Like, yeah, it's beautiful there. The water is so clear and it glistens, and I had a great time. Great time.
Are you sure you don't actually work for their tourism department?
I mean, I would. I mean, I love my job, but that would be, just to be on the beach there every day and those beach clubs. And
I know, right?
It's different. Lee actually goes on vacation, next week?
Friday.
Yeah.
24 or 48 hours.
Tell the peeps where you're going.
I'm going to New Zealand for a couple of weeks. So
yeah.
I'm pretty excited about that.
I'm going to leave one last thought before we talk sports. Lee, I don't want to scare you, but...
What are you about to say?
I'm a little I'm very curious at times, so I look really weird things up on Google. And as I was leaving Split, which is in Croatia, I saw there's mountains everywhere, and I was like, I wonder the most dangerous airports in the world.
Oh, God.
And I was like, because usually it has to do with mountains and elevation and stuff. I'm pretty sure where you're going was one of the top 25, but don't quote me on that. Anyhow.
Oh, top 25? Oh, that's fine. Is it like top 10 or top 25?
Well, it's like the top 25 most dangerous airports in the world. Anyways, let's move on.
Oh, cool.
You're
just going to casually drop that fact and then just walk away from it?
Don't take my word for it. I'll have to pull it up during the show at some point so we can truly discuss. But I think you'll be fine, and it's going to be great.
Appreciate that.
All right, let's get to talking. Chris Eubanks, an Atlanta native, a Georgia Tech alum, an All-American at Georgia Tech.
Westlake High School.
Yeah, 27 years old, made it to the quarterfinals at Wimbledon today and had quite the showing.
Yep.
Quite the showing. I thought for a minute
I
there, I was like,
know. God, he had it.
Yeah.
He had it.
Yeah.
Oh.
But I'm going to give you a quick little thought, and then we can get yours. For me, as an athlete, I'm sure he felt good. Obviously, I'm sure he wanted to go further. But you don't see many tennis players who look like him.
No.
Okay? He's African-American, and this is kind of like a Tiger Woods conversation, and I hate that we have to have it. And we don't actually have to have it, but for me, representation matters. And maybe for somebody watching his run during Wimbledon, it'll inspire people who don't usually pick up a tennis racket to maybe go out there and play and say, if he can do it, I can do it, which I think is a great thing. And during the broadcast today on ESPN, that was basically what a lot of the commentary was.
Yeah.
Was that people are like, hey, Chris Eubanks, around the country are like, hey, he's the only American left still playing. Have you seen him? He was the talk of the town. Well, and he's my new favorite player.
Well, I know that our own news reporter Patrick Quinn did a story yesterday about the place where Chris trained, and there were just, I don't know, about 30 or so African American kids out there playing tennis, which isn't something you don't really see normally. And so that was pretty cool because I watched the story, did a good job on it, and that's on a really small scale. So, I can only imagine what him being here this week and performing well is going to do for, the tennis population within the country. I mean, it's crazy when you see he's an anomaly. I mean, Arthur Ashe won it, I think, in 75, first African-American male to win Wimbledon, and he's an absolute icon. And unfortunately, Chris came up short today, but he still inspired a whole lot of kids. All right, and adults too. I mean, that was cool because I went to the watch party in Midtown, and a ton of Georgia Tech alum were there, and it was a cool scene to be to basically be there where history's being made, and it's right here in Atlanta. It's like 5 seconds from our station. Local kid from high school, stayed here to go to college, excelled in college, and now
All-American.
had a couple, two-time All-American.
Yeah.
Had a couple of tough years making the tour or on the tour, and then now, boom, he wins the Mallorca Open, and then that was like 2 weeks ago, and then boom, now he's at Wimbledon. He wins 3-4 matches. I don't know how many he won, but to be number 5 seed, to beat him and then follow that up with a 5-set thriller against number 3 was pretty cool.
No, it was. I mean, you can only imagine the momentum that he'll gain from these 2 tournaments. And he'll be here in Atlanta in a couple weeks at the Atlantic Station for the Open.
Yeah.
And what I think is cool about that is usually there's a pretty good crowd for him because he's a local. I remember him playing, while he was either had just graduated from Georgia Tech or was at Georgia Tech. And I remember him playing back then. And I mean, this was like just a few years ago. Now he's on the biggest stage that there is in tennis. If not one of the biggest stages, if you don't consider Wimbledon the biggest. But he'll be here, and I'm sure that place is going to be packed.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely packed.
Hometown kid.
Yeah.
Yes.
So super happy for him. His, the man who beat him, Medvedev.
Daniil Medvedev.
Yep. He was the
Good
3 seed,
pronunciation
and
right
you
there.
would think that, I mean, obviously,
He had him on
sometimes
the
seeding
ropes.
doesn't matter, but he did.
He had it.
He did a good job. So I'm happy for the kid.
That 4th set, man. Ugh.
I think he just tired out. This is good
No, he
experience.
did.
Though.
I mean,
This
I
is
guess
really good experience.
that's also why his opponent was number 3 in the world. But God, he had him.
Yeah.
It was right there, and that's gotta be tough to know that you had the dude on the ropes and you just couldn't quite close it out.
But that makes it, like, for me, the experience in those moments make the difference, right?
Oh, for sure.
Like,
For
his
sure.
opponent had the experience, so, could dig deeper, whatever the case may be. But you put him in this scenario next year, a couple years from now, you never know, right? Because he could
Never
build
know.
on this. So it's cool that our first topic is super local and all about tennis, because it's not very often that we start off with tennis,
right?
if ever. I mean, honestly, this might be the first time in the history of Sports Tonight that we start off with tennis. But let's move on to the Braves, the topic that usually starts this show. The second half of their season starts on Friday. And I want to say, Lee, you can correct me if I'm wrong here, that they have 11 straight series wins. Entering.
I wish I could correct you. I hope you're right, because I don't know.
I'm pretty sure
I
they've
kept
won.
count. I stopped counting.
No, I'm pretty sure they've won
they're
11
just gonna
straight
win.
series.
If they play a series, they're going to win the series. That's what it is. So I
Well,
don't really count anymore.
Correct me. Well, you can't correct me, but guys, it's something like that. 11 straight series wins.
Hold on. Would you like me
Entering
to
the
start
second-
scrolling?
Yeah, go
All
ahead-
right,
go
let's
ahead while
do
I talk.
this. Okay, April.
But yeah, no. So they enter the second half of
1,
the season
2.
pretty strong. 8 All-Stars who played last night in the All-Star game. They get a couple days rest before having to start playing. So, you know what? The guys who are injured, Max Fried, these guys are going to come back eventually. And you would think that it would make the team only stronger. But right now, that lineup seems unstoppable. Their offense is so good. And they played the Rays, considered maybe to be the best team in all of baseball, if not the Braves. Like, both of them are like 1A and 1B in my opinion right now.
Yeah.
And they beat them in Tampa.
Yeah.
Well, St.
2 out of
Pete,
3.
I should
Yeah,
say.
2 out of 3, yeah.
Yeah. So
That's not bad.
right now they have a lot to celebrate, but there's still a lot of games to be played. But I do believe we'll be talking about them late into September, October.
Well, and when you look at the schedule, White Sox, Diamondbacks, Brewers, and then they get to play Ohtani August 1st. And then, let's see, Cubs,
And then for
Pirates.
a little bit, we won't care about them because college football will start.
Yes.
And
Well,
that's coming.
you know.
That's coming. We'll still pay attention, but it won't be like as...
Mets, Yankees, back-to-back.
Yeah. A challenge will come eventually. But right now...
Honestly, the schedule looks pretty good. Pretty favorable for them. They played the Dodgers in start of September. That might honestly be like their only tough challenge. So it's looking good for the Braves. I mean, they seem to have completely clicked on all cylinders for like the last 2 months. So, I mean, you got everybody out there is hitting moonshots to left, middle, right. It's crazy. I don't even know if there's much more I can say on them. Like, we've been talking about them so much. They're just dominating everybody, and that's pretty much it.
Those are your thoughts?
That's it.
Okay. I love your thoughts.
Oh, actually, I do want to say something about the All-Star game, and we never touched on it. It was a really nice play by Austin Riley at third, picking the ball up, charging it, slow roller, and throwing it over across his body over to Matt Olson, who picked it. And really impressive play. Just throwing it out there. But other than that, not much from the Braves All-Stars, unfortunately. But they did get the win 3-2, so, that's good. All right.
Okay, I love it. Let's go to the next topic. It's fiery. Miles has a thumbs down. Okay, he doesn't like this. Only because I think everybody.
He's probably the one that posted the video.
He might have been.
It was Miles. It was Miles.
He's our resident Bostonian who's obsessed with all Boston. If for whoever listens to us or watches us frequently, you know all about Miles. Miles, do you have a Patriots shirt on right now? Nope. Anything
Hardcore
Boston?
Pats, Boston.
Nothing. Is he pulling something out of his? He's got to have something over there. There's no way.
Pats, Celtics, Bruins, I assume.
Nothing. We get a smile. That's all we get from Miles. His heart's palpitating a little bit more than it usually
Miles,
does.
are you a Red Sox fan too?
Oh, all things Boston.
Red Sox
Lee,
fan?
get it
Okay,
together.
all right.
I'm
just asking. I don't know.
He does not. His heart remains there when it comes to sports. He's here physically, but his heart is in Boston. Metaphorically. All right, so he doesn't like this story. Maybe actually he likes the story, but he doesn't like the Falcons, but he loves, Oh, the Jets. We're not there yet.
We're not there yet.
We're on the Jets.
We're on your team
This is the story you should like, Lee. Yeah. So, yes,
Come
okay.
on, man.
He likes this one. So if you haven't heard yet, last night during the MLB All-Star game, so this is flowing perfectly from Braves All-Star appearances to the NFL trolling the Falcons on Twitter. So last night, listen, it is interesting because there's nothing going on with football right now. Training camp starts in 2 weeks?
Yeah.
People are craving for NFL content, college football content. If you're anything like me, you're counting the seconds down, not the days. I mean, literally, you are just like itching, right? So they put out a tweet with the entire Super Bowl between the Patriots and the Falcons.
Come on.
The one that, the most probably famous Super Bowl in recent history.
Just go ahead and say it, 28-3.
Yeah, when the Falcons,
So, first of all,
I have
Twitter.
no words when we talk about this. But it was removed. All that to say.
Okay, well, it was there long enough for people
NFL account, the actual account lead, trolling the Falcons.
Come on, NFL.
What
are you doing?
It was taken down.
What are you doing?
Yeah, go ahead. What are your thoughts?
Who's putting 4 hours of a football game on Twitter to begin with? And how in the world do you do it with the NFL official account? I mean, come on now. Like, to me, that just screams, oh, we're not in the news cycle. We got to do something. Click. After about 2.5 hours of it actually like rendering to load and to actually like get on Twitter, I'm sure this is what they imagined the results would be. Because now we got people like Miles over here laughing at the Falcons all these years later. Come on, man.
What's even greater
It's dirty. That's dirty. Why we got to bring up the past like that? Out of nowhere.
But
the Falcons didn't do anything to y'all.
The Saints kind of like took the tweet and like
Of course they
took
did.
their own
Of
shots
course
at
they
the
did.
Falcons. So, it was
All right, Saints fans, y'all had your one Super Bowl. All right, get over it.
we have their defensive coordinator now. The Falcons do. So, Nielsen,
Yeah, Ryan Nielsen.
do it to it, man. Let's see what's
I
happening
can't
here.
believe that, but it's so random. Why would you?
I don't know who
There was
thought
somebody.
of this.
There was somebody who was so bored. They were like, let's just post the whole game. Just
Let's
post
see
the
if
whole
we
game.
can compete with MLB All-Star Game numbers, and they probably did.
They probably did, actually. Probably
So yeah, listen, Falcons fans didn't like it.
did them dirty, man.
Yeah, they didn't like it, and obviously somebody agreed that's higher up in the NFL because the tweet was taken down. So the long story short, whoever was trying to make fun of the Falcones,
They succeeded.
yeah, it succeeded, but then backfired because it had to be taken down. But whatever.
Guys, let's leave it alone for the 28-3. We don't need it anymore.
I mean, I think Grady Jarrett and Jake Matthews might be the
I think that was it.
The only
Those
two
are- yeah.
players still on the Falcons roster from that year. And it
Yeah,
wasn't
I
that long
think
ago. It was
so,
the
yeah.
2016 season,
yeah.
2017 Super
2017
Bowl.
actual calendar year. Yeah.
And that was just, what, 5-6
That's
years ago?
crazy.
Yeah. And within just a couple of years, Lee, it was like 4, 5, 6, 7 players left on the team from that team. So it dissolved pretty quickly.
NFL's a rough business.
Yeah, Dan Quinn was no longer the head coach.
But apparently
I
it's
mean,
not hard to sit behind a keyboard and tweet at somebody.
Not hard at all, actually. I would love to know if somebody got in trouble.
Oh, I'm sure somebody did.
Like somebody with the NFL got in trouble. Who knows?
Actually, I don't know. It was probably positive for them as a whole. They got a lot of Twitter traffic.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
Yeah. All right, Hard Knocks. You don't watch it, or you do watch on HBO? All right, here we
no.
go. The booze.
I watched the first couple
The booze
seasons.
from Miles. Did you like or no?
I did. I loved it. First couple of seasons, I was super hooked. But
Who were the teams? Do you remember? I watched the Bengals. I remember that. I watched Cowboys last.
I know
I
I
actually
watched
like
a little.
It.
I watched a little bit with the Browns. Don't tell Scott because we'll be on it forever.
Yeah.
Oh my God! I watched the Cowboys season actually.
With Dak.
Yeah, when they had the drone shot come
Wasn't
in.
that last
and
year,
they
or
did-
am I crazy for saying that? Or was last year the Rams? Or
Last-
no,
it was-
San Diego.
it was
or
two-
not San Diego.
I think it
San
was 2
Diego
years
doesn't
ago.
exist anymore. Chargers.
Where are we
Chargers.
going? What are we doing right now?
Chargers.
Bring it in.
Chargers.
Bring it back in.
I watched Chargers.
All right.
Was that last year?
You good? Okay.
Was it Chargers?
I don't know. There's too many of them.
Yeah.
Because they
Listen.
have before, and then they have the in season one
Oh
now.
no, it was Detroit. It was the Lions.
Okay.
I
Well,
think. I watched all of them, guys.
okay.
just so
Well,
you know.
I just remembered the one drone shot going into one of the Cowboys seasons. It was so cool. They flew it all around the complex in the air, went through the building, through
Yeah.
the locker room, the training room, and the video room, and it was awesome. Sorry, that's the video geek in me. But
The Jets get it this year.
the Jets get it this year, and of course, everybody wants to see Aaron Rodgers, except for Miles.
I said it because when this rumor first came out, I was like, "There's no way they're going there because Aaron Rodgers won't allow it because he's such a weirdo." And I don't say that in a mean way. I just mean he's very
He's a different dude.
yeah. He's just different. He stays to himself, and he from what we know, right? I don't know the guy.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know him
I've never
personally.
talked to him. I've never been in the same room as him. But I'm just saying, he's portrayed as a different human. Different kind of human, which is not a bad thing, just different. And but it does appear that he likes to keep things to himself, and he doesn't want to be bothered. And so I thought for sure he would win that fight. Like, hey guys, new organization. I don't want to be bothered. But maybe they'll do a good job at not bothering him. I don't know.
I mean, that's
I
a
really
lot of
doubt
that's
it.
a lot of distraction, right?
I gotta
You
believe
go
it.
could you imagine walking into here and then there are just cameras following you all day?
I don't know, Lee. I mean, I might.
I know
I might
you're
like
used to
it.
cameras,
Yeah.
but still all day.
I might not like it. 'Cause when I walk
24/7
in here, I
access,
walk in
come
without
on.
makeup on. So maybe
That's
that
true.
would be not so good.
Yeah, you'd
thing
have
for
to
me.
get over that. You'd have to just accept it.
But all that to say, I do want to watch McCole Hardman.
Oh, he's with the Jets now.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
I
Did
think
he get
he's
traded this offseason or last?
not traded. He
Or
was
sorry,
done.
free agent.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah.
So I think, and he's super vivacious and loud and
I didn't even think about it. Do we have any more Georgia connection?
Jets.
I know.
Jets. Jets.
I know they have a couple of Alabama players. They got Quinnen Williams, defensive tackle, who's an absolute stud.
Let me look up this roster. while you talk.
And then I believe C.J. Mosley's still there, their middle linebacker. Other than that, no clue.
Yeah, but McCole is honestly one of the best. So it's going to be really fun to watch him do his thing.
Well, and it's also like
I mean, listen, like catching passes from Aaron Rodgers.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if it's cooler than catching passes from Mahomes.
well,
He's been very lucky to have like really great quarterbacks in his career in the NFL because he'll only know those two.
who did
so
he play
far.
with in college? Was it Fromm?
Frommy, yep.
It might be a little bit cooler than catching passes from Fromm. I don't know.
I don't know, man. Fromm threw him some bombs. Oh, we've got a Georgia Tech guy, E.J. Jenkins.
Uh-oh.
He's a rookie, so there's that.
Shout out Georgia Tech.
Yeah, we shouted out Georgia Tech twice in this show.
I know, right?
I mean, should we talk about the Auburn players on here?
No Auburn players.
Okay, Quentin Williams is still on the roster. So there's one Georgia guy who is McCole Hardman, and then one Georgia Tech guy.
Nice.
So I think it'll be cool. I'll watch it. I don't know, Lee, if you'll watch it. I don't know if Aaron Rodgers is the draw, but I'm definitely going to watch it because I've watched it every year.
Fantastic.
I think we'll
maybe
we'll get a better understanding of who Aaron Rodgers is.
The
as a
first
person.
couple of seasons I thought were really cool. Like when they first introduced it, it was awesome because you're getting all this access that you would never get otherwise. But then honestly, you know what killed it for me? It's like, dude, we have so much access to everything these days now. Like you can hop on your TV and literally watch anything.
Isn't that the fastest flip in all of TV though? Like the fastest edited show because it's once a week and it's.
Yeah,
I think that's. I think that's Hardknocks.
Yeah, that's probably the appeal. Yeah,
that
for sure.
It's turned around. Like in our world, and a lot of people don't understand in TV world, like
it's
how.
Tough because it's a whole hour.
Yeah, how
That's
quickly
tough.
things are turned and how many cameras are probably there and the producers that have to be on it. Like it's impressive. It's an impressive 1 hour of TV when you think about the amount of time that they have to turn it, which is like no time at all.
No,
So,
it is. It is really impressive from like.
Especially when they play like a preseason game on a Saturday and then they have to flip it for Monday night. Like that's a 24-hour flip. So that's pretty cool. Or 24 to 48 hours. Wait, I see a dog in the newsroom.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah.
Who's got a dog in the newsroom? Where?
Right there. There's a puppy. Maybe we should show him.
Puppy. Yes, puppy. Come over here.
Okay, wait. So what's on your mind today?
Stream of
running out of
consciousness. Stream of consciousness. That dog is adorable, and we should like definitely have them over here.
Okay.
That's it.
That's what's on your mind? No,
That's
sports
it. Like right now. Oh,
No,
sports wise. Well, you didn't say it.
sports-wise.
You just said what's on your mind.
No, what's on your mind?
When you asked, I said. Sports wise, I don't know, man. It was really impressive. Like I really wish Chris Eubanks could have pulled it out. Really wish Eubanks could have pulled it out, but he didn't.
That's okay. What about the Women's World Cup? I've been thinking about that for a while. I hope that the American team, even though I'm a Canadian broad, I want the American team. I mean, they fought so hard to get paid the same amount as the men's team, which I think is absolutely correct. Like by no means, and I'm a woman, so obviously I'm going to support that. But they fought so hard for everything and got it, and they deserved it. And I was so happy. And now I just want them to go out because they're more successful than the men's national team. Not even close.
Not even close.
So I'm excited to watch them play. Like, let's go. FIFA Women's World Cup is getting started. And Lee, you told me something about when you're in New Zealand, you can't actually watch it. What did you say?
I don't think we are going to be able to get to a match. I want to watch one, but I don't think
because you're traveling?
Well, the way we are traveling, our route.
I'll keep you updated.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to be able to make one, but we're going to try.
But I remember you telling me that.
I would love to go to one. I just don't think I don't think we're going to be able to do it. So had we left a day early, we could have done it. But
oh my gosh,
well.
the dog even has an ANF like bib on or something. Brett, bring the dog over. Okay, we're going to show everybody the dog.
Okay.
This is going to be
All
the
right.
highest hit time of the entire,
Brett.
Yeah, we're showing off your dog. Is that okay?
Is this a little Frenchie?
Hi, puppy.
It's Alex, one of our directors.
Okay, guys, you come over here, Brett.
Hi.
He's so cute. Look at
Hey,
that.
little guy.
Always, he's got stage fright. Don't let the lights blind you, little buddy.
Oh yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Oh my goodness.
Gosh,
His name is Seven, apparently.
7?
Yeah, I don't know what happened to 1 through 6, but I like 7.
Or 8 through everything else?
Yeah, 7 is just fine with me though.
Oh my, he is very pretty.
I know.
He's a he, right?
Yes, it is a he.
His eyes are like magical.
I'm gonna rename him the 28-3.
Oh.
Wow.
All right. Okay.
Oh
As
my God. From a
anybody who's
Titans
watched us
fan.
before, Brett is not a Falcons fan. If you couldn't tell, so I think that's it. I think we need to end on that puppy note because I can't beat that, Lee.
No,
I
nothing can beat
truly
that.
can't beat that. So, all right, guys. We're leaving it with love and puppies tonight, and that's it. And a lot of Falcon hate. Peace out, everybody.
Bye, bye, bye.
Wait, where did the doggy go?